And we are live, ladies and gents. How are you?
What's up,
How's it
fam?
going? Welcome back, family, friends, and maybe a few enemies. I'm sure we've made a few. I'm Brian, incredibly average.
I'm Jax. Good to see y'all.
Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone in here. We already got a few peeps on
Peeps,
this
peeps.
lovely Friday afternoon / evening, depending on which end of the country and which side of the globe you're on,
Yep.
which hemisphere is near. That was
I
lame.
saw some folks in Australia were pumped with this time because I guess it's around 8 a.m. tomorrow there right now.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Hey, oh, there it is. Hey, let's click one of these up.
there we go.
Hey, from Australia, love you guys. Missy
What's
Jade,
up?
excellent. Hey, what's up? Awesome. So here's what's going on this Friday. It's been another busy work week, and we already got one of these. Hey.
Fantastic.
Rachel, welcome back, Rachel. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Rachel is a repeat offender, so which is always welcome. A lot of familiar faces in here. We're gonna let a little bit of a crowd gather while I explain what's going on. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who have not been joining, for those of you who have not clicked on the channel, please do so. Like, subscribe, comment, share, whatever. Over at Incredibly Average on YouTube, you can also check out movie myths and monsters. That is Jax's channel, also on YouTube. And I think McSquirrel will be putting that link, I'm sure, at some point in the comments. But we are going through Amber Heard's 2016 deposition. And we've run in Spain. Let's see.
Hey, España. Thank you.
España. There it is.
Hey.
Thanks, Secret. So anyway, we're going over the 2016 deposition, which was held August 13th over a 7 to 8 hour stretch. And we've been releasing it in parts, roughly an hour a piece. We went over on the last one to reach a natural break. We went over an hour of footage, so this one's only roughly 40 minutes, give or take. But plenty to talk about because we're getting into the meat and potatoes of it. And so still plenty to talk about on this Friday. And this, I want to make a correction because I know we've made this correction before, but I noticed someone sent something over and said that people are kind of grabbing this to discuss it on their channels, which is totally cool. Just give the shout out and all that, and I'm fine with it. I'd like for it to be discussed all across YouTube. This is not for the UK trial that was held in 2020, because I noticed some people are still saying that it was. This was just to see if Amber could receive the DVRO, the domestic violence restraining order. She had a temporary restraining order at this time, and there was a hearing to see if she could get a DVRO, and that's what this is for. She had to set for a deposition for this. Johnny did not because, believe it or not, right after this deposition, everything was dropped by Amber, and Johnny, of course, signed off on that as well. But Amber actually tried to drop, I think, 2 days before this. She signed the paperwork 2 days before this. Johnny's side wouldn't sign until after she set for a depo. So she didn't want any part of it. All right, we got a pretty good chunk of people. Where we left off last time, we've talked about the poo in the bed. We've talked about the April incident in terms of the birthday incident, what happened after the birthday party, her 30th birthday party, which is the most important event any human being can have in their entire life, to hear her talk about it. And the phone being thrown out the window, off the balcony, all that stuff. And then, her wanting to escape, but then once she could escape, she couldn't escape. And then she begged Johnny to leave or to stay, and a big hoopla mess. So
brouhaha.
Yeah, now we're kind of picking up where we left off there. We're going to talk about going to Coachella. Oh, yeah. Sadly, we're still going to have to talk about poop, and
I'm real done with poop. Let me tell you,
I am too, and it's unfortunate that we still have to discuss it at all, And it's
Oh,
unfortunate that
God.
I actually have stuff that I have to pull up to show. I'm not showing it. It's out there. You can find it. It's on the internet. Google is your friend.
You can find it real easily.
And so yeah, let me go over some super chats real quick to get us rolling, and then we'll go right into it. We got a real good audience coming in right now, and
Fantastic.
we appreciate everyone tuning in.
We
We've
sure do.
done these lives different days, different times. We had a nice Sunday one 5 days ago, middle of the
I liked
afternoon. That was a really good one. And so this is my day off. I've been working hard the last 2 weeks. For those who don't know, I referee sports, and we are right in the heart of soccer season, and we are hurting for referees. And so I work as much as my legs can handle. So I got a day off. I'm also off on Sundays, but I didn't want to wait till Sunday. I wanted to get this out here now. But I do like the Sunday chat. I really enjoyed that. Terry Welshins, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you very much. Nicole Wheeler, glad I finally made it to a stream. Glad to finally have you, Nicole. I've watched every single one of your videos and need more. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We'll do our best. Oof.
We will do our best. Brandwin, I like that. I have a brother named Brandon. Brandwin Hensley, thank you so much. First live. Thanks for joining us, Brandwin.
Noise. Yeah, I'm happy that people on the other side of the planet are getting a chance to jump in the live.
I'm glad everyone's getting to do this. Kitten/cat lover. I love kittens, cats, and all animals. Have dogs, cats, everything. You name it. I love them.
All the things.
Thank you so much from New Zealand, super sticker. Thank you so much for that, kitten cat lover. Arby, super sticker. Thank you very much. I like that really quick. I like that. I like the skull. I like that. Like a Dia de los Muertos thing. Ghost, thank you so much. When do you plan on doing Rockies? Love you both. Jax, you want to fill that one, or what? I mean,
whenever we're finished here.
I think whenever we're finished with this, and to get everyone up to speed, this is part 6 of what I imagine will be 8 parts. I am cutting them up into volumes. I've been busy working. Volume 2 is on the way. This ends volume 3, and I'll just dump these both out. Once we get this live done and everything else, I'll try to get these out in the next week. Maybe Sunday that can be out. I actually spend my day off getting that out. And then once we finish all 7 to 8 parts of this, we will start with Rockies, Raquel Pennington, for those who don't know. Liz, thank you so much. So generous. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking forward to part 6. Thanks, Brian and Jax. You say that now until the frustration just builds.
Wait till about 30 minutes from now.
Yeah, wait 15, 20 minutes. And
everybody grab your libations of choice and
settle
on in.
Grab a drink, settle in.
Shit.
Once this goes, I'll start clicking some more of these and putting them over in the starred folder so we can stop at our first break. I will be stopping occasionally to add some context, or we'll just discuss some things and everyone can catch their breath and all that before we move on. But I'll stop every now and then. Thanks everyone for joining us. I'm going to add this to the stream. I'm going to turn our cameras off because I think that tends to work pretty smooth that way. And without further ado,
let's go.
The time is approximately 4:39 p.m. and we're back on the record.
Ms. Hurd, you claimed in your declaration that when Johnny arrived, your friend Elizabeth was there, correct? Was present, you said. Okay.
Yes.
Do you remember where you were when Johnny arrived?
On May 21st?
Correct.
Yes, I was in the living room.
Is that the living room of Penthouse 3?
Yes, living room of Penthouse 3.
When Johnny arrived, did he come in the door of Penthouse 3?
Yes.
Okay. And isn't it correct, Ms. Hurt, that Elizabeth Mars was in fact not with you in Penthouse 3 at that time?
She was present. She was just not in the room.
Okay. Was she in Penthouse 3 at that time?
I'm not quite sure because all of the all the penthouses connect.
Isn't it true, Ms. Hurd, that at the time Johnny's arrival, you could not see Elizabeth Mars at all?
True.
Okay. Isn't it true at the time Johnny arrived, you could not see your friend Raquel Pennington at all?
True.
Isn't it true, Ms. Hurd, that at the time Johnny arrived, you could not see your Raquel's fiance Josh Drew at all?
True.
Who owns the apartment in which that you refer as an adjacent apartment where Raquel and Joshua live?
My ex-husband, Johnny.
He lives in that apartment?
Oh, I thought you asked me who owned it.
Okay, who owns that apartment?
My ex, Johnny Depp.
Okay. And at the time on May 21, 2016, were Raquel Pennington and Joshua Drew living in the apartment that Johnny owns?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Were they paying any rent?
Not that I know of.
How long had they lived there?
I'm not sure.
Had they lived there prior to you living there?
Yes.
How long had they lived there prior to you living there?
I'm not quite sure. I don't remember.
Okay. And to your knowledge, did they ever pay rent during the entire time they've lived in Mr. Depp's apartment?
Calls for speculation.
If you know.
I don't know. That was an arrangement between them. Between Johnny, who invited them, and them who accepted.
Okay. When you claim that when Johnny arrived, you were having at first a peaceful conversation about his mother's death, correct?
Yes.
And then you tried to comfort him as you sat on the couch, and that would be in Penthouse 3?
Yes.
And then suddenly he began obsessing about something that was untrue.
Yes.
Isn't it true what he was obsessing about, but what you do not say here is the feces that had been found in his bed after you left on April 22nd?
Can you clarify that question, please?
Yes. When you were referring to him obsessing at that time about something that was untrue, isn't it correct that what he was obsessing about, this thing you were referring to, is that he was informed that feces had been found in his bed after you left on April 22nd?
No.
What was he obsessing about that was untrue, as you say in this declaration?
Johnny was obsessing about the fact that he believed, as he put it, my friends, with my knowledge and support, intentionally left that feces in the bed that I sleep in when we fight, and in the apartment where I stay under these circumstances, the bed that would have been cleaned immediately after and long before he would have ever returned. And we had done so on the morning of my 30th birthday as a big joke, like a bunch of 30-year-old women do.
So am I correct that he was obsessing about things related to the feces that had been left in the bed?
What's untrue is, and what I assumed at the time was delusional, was that he thought it was human feces. And because I knew that to be impossible for what I could own, for a number of reasons.
How did you know it was impossible if you didn't know about the feces?
Because he had told me about it on the phone a month prior, and I assumed it was a delusion that was gonna pass and go away, like some of these delusions when he's high do. And then when he brought it back up, instead of talking about his mother's death, I worried that it was a little bit more serious and that his mental condition had deteriorated. And I knew it was not human because the only people in bed were myself and Raquel. And if Raquel and I were the only humans in that bed in that morning, then I could only deduce that it was what it normally is. Which is our dog Boo. I wasn't done, sorry. That it was our dog Boo, and it seemed so unbelievable, disgusting, outrageous, and incredible that it stuck for the entire month in his head. I became worried.
Isn't it true that when you were, after you say you had comforted Johnny about the death of his mother, and you claim in your declaration that he began obsessing about something that was untrue, you knew exactly he was referring to the feces, correct?
Argumentative.
You knew he was referring to the feces, correct?
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
And isn't it true at that time, Ms. Heard, that the human feces in the bed is the reason Johnny told you at that time that he wanted a divorce from you?
Objection. It misstates the testimony. It assumes facts, not in evidence. You keep calling it human feces.
Isn't it true, Ms. Heard, that at the time you were discussing this feces with Johnny, you had already spoken to Hilda Vargas at his other home?
No.
You did not speak to Hilda Vargas before
No.
May 21, 2016 about feces?
No. I spoke to her after I filed for divorce.
Your testimony...
Or around that time, and this was before then.
Okay. Is your testimony here today that you spoke with Hilda Vargas in this conversation we discussed about the feces at the Sweetser house after the time you filed for divorce or before?
It was right around that time, like within a day or two.
Would it be fair to say that under any circumstances it was after May 21 you now claim you spoke with Hilda Vargas?
What do you mean I now claim?
Well, you are
Did I
claiming
claim
here today.
otherwise?
You are claiming here today.
Argumentative. Just ask your questions and please don't be argumentative.
Is it
about
your testimony that you spoke to Hilda Vargas about your marriage and the feces after May 21, 2016?
I believe so.
Isn't it true, Ms. Heard, that while you were sitting on the couch discussing the feces with Mr. Depp, that in fact you demanded and got Kevin Murphy on the phone?
Are you asking me if it's true if I demanded?
No. Did you speak to Kevin Murphy in and around your conversation with Johnny Depp on the couch at that time?
In an attempt to assuage his delusion, I thought a sane voice might be able to shine some light on what I thought was a crazy delusion and something that could have been easily rationalized by a sane voice.
Okay. You finished?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Ms. Heard, isn't it the truth that at the time you got Kevin Murphy, you spoke to Kevin Murphy on the phone while you were sitting there with Johnny, you had previously told Kevin Murphy that you did know about the feces and it had been a, quote, harmless prank, end quote?
Absolutely not. That's not true.
Have you ever at any time since April 21 referred to this feces being on your bed as a prank?
Never.
To any other person, Mr. Murphy or any other individual?
Never.
Okay. And Ms. Heard, isn't it true that as you got Kevin Murphy on the phone, you specifically discussed the feces, correct?
As I stated before, I was trying to assuage Johnny's, what I could only imagine was a delusion, because he knows very well that Boo does this a lot. So I thought Kevin would be able to put this delusion to rest and we could move on.
Okay. Was Kevin Murphy the first other person you spoke to after this conversation turned to feces?
Vague and ambiguous.
Other than Johnny Depp?
Was he the first person I spoke to after speaking to Johnny about this
Yes.
feces? I believe he was the first call.
And did you call him or did Johnny call him?
I can't remember.
Okay.
I
Did-
can't remember.
Did you use your phone?
I can't
to call
remember.
him? Did you ever look for any indication that you had used your phone on your phone?
No.
Okay. And is it true that you claim in your declaration that it was at this time that you began to have concerns for your safety and sent a text to your friend Raquel, who was at the condominium next door?
Vague and ambiguous.
Yes. I started, that's when the conversation started to become, when he started to show signs of rage and mania, and I started to recognize the emergence of a problem. And Raquel had been worried about me. Before I walked in there, I saw her and Elizabeth and Josh, and they said, please keep us updated. They were very worried for my safety, knowing how physical and dangerous things
Miss
had become.
Hurd, excuse me,
You
I'm going to have
interrupted
to
her.
object as non-responsive and move to strike. Miss Hurd,
I'm
I'm
just
going to
gonna-
aard you.
excuse me.
No, I'm sorry,
No,
Mr. Harder.
no.
We have a very limited time, and I've indulged you, but
No,
you
I'm
have
sorry.
repeatedly.
One at a time, Josh.
Sure, you've repeatedly obstructed these proceedings.
That's not true.
With inappropriate and improper speaking objections.
Not true.
And objections that are not appropriate for deposition
Not true.
proceedings.
Not true.
And I would like to proceed and not be obstructed, so I'm going to continue asking
You
questions.
keep giving your speeches,
Ms.
and
Hurd?
I'm going to give one
Ms.
sentence,
Hurd?
which is,
At the time that,
she was interrupted in her answer, and your motion to strike is improper. Go
have you
ahead.
completed your answer?
Well, she doesn't remember what it is now.
That's
with all that
true.
arguing that you had to do.
Do you believe you were interrupted with your answer?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to ask you one more time, okay? When you claimed that you began to have concerns for your safety, was Kevin Murphy still on the phone?
Vague.
No.
So you didn't have any concerns for your safety when you were talking to Kevin Murphy, correct?
Argumentative and vague.
I don't know. I don't know.
Isn't it true when you were on the phone with you and Johnny, with you and Kevin Murphy and Johnny, that you told Kevin that it was a harmless prank?
Asked and answered.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Isn't it true that you, in fact, during that conversation with Kevin Murphy, with Johnny there, screamed in a raised voice at Kevin Murphy that he was a liar?
That's absolutely not true.
You never called Kevin Murphy a liar during that conversation.
Absolutely not true. I texted Kevin after and I said, do you realize how complicated that answer you gave and how unclear it was? Why would you convey an untruth like that? Why would you say that? What have I ever done to you to make you say this? Is there something I'm missing here?
Okay.
But that was a text message, and I never accused.
Did you
She didn't ask about a text.
Sorry.
Did you save that text?
I did not erase it.
You did not erase it?
I did not erase
Okay. When did you send that text?
it. Right after the conversation.
Okay. And you still have that text?
I'm sure I do.
Okay. Could you do us a favor and provide that text?
Sure.
Okay. And have you ever tried to locate that text before today?
No.
Did you ever believe that you were supposed to locate any texts between you and Kevin Murphy
No, I
relating to this, what you described about your communication with him?
No.
Okay. You then continue on your declaration and claim that as Johnny continued to rant in an aggressive manner, he then demanded we call I.O. Tillett.
All right, little natural break in that.
Oh man, the comments had me dying.
I was like just scrolling through them and
Oh, my
everything. So, jeez.
Fucking TJ said Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the wee fucking donkey. Thank God my mic wasn't on because I was just cackling over here.
Oh God. Okay. Oh man, a lot of people pointing out that she smirks a lot at this point, until it, feet are held to the fire a little bit, and oh jeez. Oh
Fuck.
God. Okay.
Here we go.
All right, we're gonna make it.
Oh,
And,
first of all, Blair fucking took his ass out.
she did, and he just leans back like, whatever. Like he's just smacked him down.
Bro, that was like the most eloquent evisceration ever.
We have a limited amount of time,
Mhm.
and you have wasted enough of it.
Blair the
Okay.
Impaler.
I'll go through some super chats here in a second, but a lot of people in the chat are pointing out that she smirks a lot, and she does when
Yeah.
she's thinking about the poop, because it was a practical joke. It was a last dig. And someone pointed out, thanks for confirming that you and Raquel were the only ones in the room and in the bed, because in a previous episode, she said, I don't know who else could have been in there at any point or anything like that. Let me remove this real quick. We're at 1507, and pull some stuff up here. We heard Hilda Vargas, who was the housekeeper, mentioned, and Amber, in fact, did go to the West Hollywood home looking for Johnny, looking for Hilda, looking for whoever she had to kill for getting her in trouble with the poo. We have Samantha McMillan, who is a stylist and worked with Johnny for years and worked with Amber during the relationship with Johnny. And we have on May 24th, Amber going, again, fearing for her safety, going to Johnny's West Hollywood home where she says he would run away to. You can hear her mocking him on some of the audios about running away to those homes. Bro.
Brutus is saying, what's up?
International Doggy Day.
Making himself heard.
So we have 5 months later on May 24th. She talks about seeing Amber, no makeup, no injuries or anything like that. This is just 3 days after the phone throwing incident. But the part I want to get to right here at the bottom is, after hugging me, she began to yell at Mr. Depp's housekeeper, Hilda Vargas, because Hilda Vargas was the one who saw the poo and called Kevin.
Yeah.
And knew that it was far too large to belong to her dog, which weighed roughly 5 pounds. And if you missed the previous episode, we have Amber saying that her dog was basically a 50-pound dog by that stretch. Then if we come over here to Starling Jenkins, you heard Starling mentioned. Starling actually drove Amber and friends and luggage to Coachella the following day, and try not to miss any super chat starrings over here. The following day, and he was told this. I'll add this to the stream really quick, and then we'll jump right back. So this was what he had to say while he was driving Amber, an actual personal conversation he had with her about the poop.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed prior to leaving the apartment.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
And what did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical joke gone wrong.
A horrible practical joke gone wrong. Just to wind this back. When
Starling is such a G. I love him.
When he says defecation, look.
Yep, look at her face.
Look right there. Smiling just like she smiles in the
Yep.
in the thing in the depot.
Yep.
So if we go to Starling's testimony here, in written testimony declaration.
Yeah.
So on or around May 12th is when Amber, if you recall in a previous episode, Amber got the text from Johnny, and she actually finally got to talk to him. And this is when she slipped up, and she was sent the picture of the poo that Kevin had taken, or that Hilda had taken and given to Kevin, and Kevin gave to Sean, and whatever. And she told on herself, and she slipped up in the depot and said, "How did you? I mean, why do you have poop on your phone?" She knew why, because she knew it was there. She knew exactly
Yep.
what it was, and then she just wanted to know why. She went on a whole rant of who. I wanted to know the chain of events that led to you getting it. So she knew who to yell at.
Yep.
So on or around May 12th is when she found that out. So she was doing damage control because she didn't know Johnny knew about it. She didn't know that a picture had been taken, sent to him, and everything like that. So she was contacting Starling also because she had this conversation that Starling testified to that you just saw, that it was a horrible practical joke gone wrong. And Starling says, "I last heard from Amber on Thursday, May 12th. She asked me if she could call me and said that she has a blocked number." And then he attached a text, and he did not respond to that text. So she was reaching out to Starling on that day. She was also reaching out to Kevin Murphy on that day.
Yep.
May 12th, 2016, I received a text and then a telephone call from Amber. Now, this is, again, the same day. She is just making the rounds. She's heard from Johnny. She's reaching out to Starling. Anyone that she talked to, she's making the rounds, like trying to convince people it was just a practical joke. It was a harmless prank. Johnny said he was done over this. Like, he was just done. A true and correct copy of the text he attached, asked if she could call me. When he spoke to her on the phone, she sounded very angry. She told me that she needed her privacy and that she and Johnny were having problems, and that my sending the pictures from Hilda was not helping with those problems. She also told me that leaving the feces in Johnny's bed had been just a harmless prank. In addition, she told me she was thinking about changing the locks, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
But again, saying it was just a harmless prank. And again, this goes against the grain of what Amber says, that on that night she decided she was done. Now, this was Johnny being done, and this is very much her trying to salvage the marriage and just calling it a practical joke before she eventually figured maybe just blame it on the dog, which she does in the depot. And then we have the whole conversation on May 21st, 2016, when at 7:46, I received a phone call from Johnny and Amber, who were on speakerphone together. Johnny told me he was sitting there talking to Amber, and he asked me to recount to Amber what I'd previously told him about the feces incident the month before. I repeated to Amber again that Hilda had discovered the feces on top of the bed sheet in Johnny and Amber's bed, and that I had also personally gone over to the feces to view the feces on the bed, and was 100% certain it did not look like either of the dogs, but rather appeared to be human feces. I also I'm so tired of talking about poop.
Oh my God.
I also repeated that Amber had admitted to me that she was responsible for what she referred to as just a harmless prank. Amber yelled and cussed at me several times, calling me a effing liar over and over. I asked her to stop yelling and swearing at me. I also heard Johnny in the background quietly say, "Please don't speak to him that way. Be respectful." Then I heard Johnny say he couldn't do this anymore and wanted a divorce. And when Amber would not stop screaming, I hung up the phone, and he received multiple additional telephone calls from the same number in the minutes that followed, but refused to answer and take any further abuse. He also received a string of text messages. Jackson and I have covered this in a video over on her channel on Movie Myths and Monsters, and where we kind of break down this night, and she absolutely goes off on Kevin. During this whole thing, she's like still going off on Kevin. Somehow, like, she's traumatic and just completely traumatized from the abuse she just suffered. But she takes the time to still go off on Kevin via text message as well.
Yeah, if you guys want to see that breakdown, it's the hoax demolition video
Yeah, go
over on the Myth
click
and
on that,
Monsters channel.
because you'll see all the text exchanges between everyone from that night. And
It is a long, like, piece by piece breakdown.
It's a long, but it's really good to break this down, and it even breaks down the days that followed. And
Yes.
So let's go over some super chats real quick, and then get back into it.
Do it.
But you can see that she was sticking to that. Like, it was.
Oh yeah.
It was the last thing. It was, he told her, because Johnny testified that he told her he was done that night that he left. He was done, and we have proof that she knows that she knew it was done as well. And we're going to be bringing that soon, eventually, as well, and how things went down at Coachella. And yeah, this was just basically her kind of sticking it to him one last time. Let's see, Iola Jones. I just want to say I really appreciate you both. Thank you, Iola.
Thank you very much.
Thank
we
you very
appreciate
much.
y'all.
We really do. Bailey, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing these videos with the world. Can you explain what the point of this depo is? Is it for the UK trial? So to go back and cover this again, as a corrective point, this was not for the UK trial. This was Amber trying to receive a DVRO. She never received a DVRO, domestic violence restraining order. She was setting on a TRO, a temporary restraining order at the time, and had to set for a deposition for a hearing that we would never see because she dropped everything right after this deposition because she was eviscerated in it.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Tina or Dina, soccer, you must be excited for the World Cup. I started this just for this reason. Yes, I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
Because we missed the last one. We sucked, and we're still not great, but we're getting better. Right. USA, by the way. I mean, for anyone.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you understand.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Lee, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Freedom. Elizabeth White, thank you for that. Thank you for the 10. Thanks for all your reporting. You guys are great. Thank you very much. Freedom Lee again with another super sticker. These are two separate super stickers, or unless I start them. No, two separate ones, a minute apart. Thank you very much, Freedom. Reagan, thank you. Please do one of these with the lawyer you know. He wants to. Okay, so I've discussed this with Jax, and we're going to try and have him on. We've got 2 more parts to this of equal length, and I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to just come on here and discuss some of the nonsense of Charles Harder, and if he's making sense with his speaking objections and things like that. So I'll see if he wants to come on and help us out with some stuff. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he can't join us on one of these next 2 lives.
Perfect.
Lindsay Height, thank you so much. Thank you both for all of your hard work on these. I'm so glad you have brought the truth to light. What made you start looking into and exposing Amber Heard's lies? Okay, so
we've told these stories a bunch of times.
This is kind of a bit of a Q&A, and for everyone watching, we will get back to the depot here in a second. So what made us? So when this all dropped in May, there was just a small group of like 12 of us. I mean, we always say it was roughly about a dozen of us who started getting on the TMZ message boards. TMZ was covering this heavily at the time, and it just didn't pass the smell test, really. For many of us, and for a number of reasons. So we just kind of, something seemed a little askew because I'm tight, and we all just kind of stuck around on those message boards and then gravitated over to another board, a forum, and then to Twitter. And it is just a blossom bloomed, exploded at some point into this. But it was just something that was a little off. And it was the idea that no one wanted you asking questions. And we wanted to ask questions. And it was just the wrong thing to do, according to a lot of people. Don't ask questions, just believe, and something didn't make sense. Julie, thank you so much. Just saying thanks. You've helped victims everywhere who weren't sure they'd be believed. Thank you. That means a lot because oftentimes by the opposition, we're told the opposite. And that's the angle that Amber and her team tried to use after this, that more victims will not come forward because of this, because of Johnny's victory and everything. And I think that Amber did much more damage than than anyone else ever could.
I don't think that's the case
real
at
victims. Yeah, exactly. Kayla, thank you so much. Kayla Clark. I think it's funny how Amber's white blouse she wears during the depot has every button. More lies equals more buttons. Buttons. Yeah, absolutely. She has to look like a what someone says, like a school marm.
Yeah.
She has to look. She straightens her hair and it lays really flat. She looks very, very homely. Ghost. No. Thank you for $5. Has Amber attacked you guys via YouTube or anything else? Via YouTube, no. You can check out one of my videos. I think it's with Friends Like These or something like that on my YouTube channel. I discuss that I was threatened with litigation by one of her primary witnesses, I'll Tell It Right, who you will hear mentioned once we join the depot again, that I was threatened to be sued by IO, and was also mentioned in the court filings in the UK and in the US trial. But in terms of attacked, no. And I don't think they want to over this. It's funny how they don't want to mention this because I don't think they want people to come watch this. There's nothing they can't combat this. So they actually just leave it alone.
There's a comment here that I just want to get that says, "Didn't the judge say she could not bring this case again?" And yes, that's correct. Once she dropped the TRO hearing and all that stuff, the judge dismissed it with prejudice, which means that she cannot bring this case again.
She cannot refile. She cannot try this again in terms of trying to get a TR or a DVRO or anything like that. Once she dropped it all with prejudice, it was over. John Alberino, thank you so much for the $3 super sticker. Thank you.
Thank you.
McDuffco, thank you. Very generous. Thanks from Canada. Can't wait for the first. If it came from your representatives, it's privileged remarks. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of that in the previous 2 episodes, I believe. Tammy Fuller, thank you so much, Tammy. I've only seen bits and snips. What you both have is awesome and boils my blood. Your Q is so cute. Your question, what is your Q?
What is Q?
What is Q? Tammy, help us out. I'm a layman. Amy Davis, thank you so much. Super sticker. Wow, that's a big one. Thank you so much, Amy. Mr. RN, if you were SM'd with a bottle, would you go the next day to a concert and wear a bikini? Coachella, Amber Heard did. Okay, so actually, I think you're referring to the Australia incident, which would have been 2015. It would have been March of 2015, and this was April of 2016. Easy to get a bunch of dates mixed up because she got a bunch of dates mixed up and a lot of incidences, and she added a bunch of details to a lot of incidences. Easy to do.
Oh, yeah.
KB Photography. AH nods yes while saying absolutely not. Yeah, her body language does betray her. She
all the time.
She smirks a lot. She's got that head tilt going, like that really like head tilt. West Virginia, $10 to one soccer referee to another. Florida.
Nice.
Yeah. It ain't easy.
What's up, Florida?
It ain't easy. It's fun though. You get a lot of cardio. Nicole Wheeler, again, call the fire department. Amber's pants are on fire. Yep. Amen. Brandwin, again, thank you so much. Her lawyer is obnoxious, but nothing compared to before. What happened? Was he reprimanded? He doesn't have as much grounds to interfere because they're not asking about what she produced in terms of communications with her lawyer or anything like that. So now they're actually asking her the straight fact questions of what happened, and he's not finding a lot of openings to interfere, and which is why Blair just blasts him so eloquently. Mary Hendrickson, thank you so much. Hendrickson, I'm sorry. And Secret, thank you so much. Hey, you watching? Please hit like. Listen to Secret. Secret's good people. All right, we'll get right back into it. I'm going to remove.
Let's go.
I'm going to stop that screen. I'm going to put this right back on the chat, and then I'll continue starring and everything else because we're about to talk about IO and why IO was called. I'll say this before we get going. She's about to talk about talking to IO Tillett Wright. IO Tillett Wright currently identifies as male, has transitioned, and is considered male. So you will still hear Amber at this point refer to IO as she or her, because IO had not transitioned at this point. So IO is the one who threatened to sue me. IO is the one who I made my first video on. If you want to go see that, I think it's called The Lies Not Talked About or something like that. It's my very first video on my channel from nearly 4 years ago. And it actually talks about IO being present and changing geolocation tags on Instagram and everything like that, that IO was very much in the LA area during this time and could have easily come by the apartment the morning of or anything like that. And even Starling says that IO drove separately to Coachella. So and you're going to hear all about that. Go check that video out. I'm really proud of it. It's my very first one. It's not very professionally done, but go check it out.
I see, just quickly, I see some complaints about the interjection here. You know, you guys can always just come back later and fast forward through us talking or wait until we put out the footage without us on it. You know, you don't have to sit through the lives. So
yeah, you don't have to sit through the lives. I completely understand that. This is a long break, but I do want to also give people their due when they give a super chat. And I want to address everything when people are saying it and acknowledge it because people are supporting the channel in that way. which allows us to do this in the first place. So I do appreciate everyone for supporting it. I understand not wanting to stick around. If you don't, this will come out in volume. This will come out in volumes soon enough without us talking, or you can just fast forward through it when it's posted after this. If you don't want to join the live, it's no
pretty simple.
Yeah, no skin off my back, guys. I take no offense to it. It's fine. You do you. But here we go.
Onward.
Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
And he wanted to do that to prove that you had left feces in his bed, correct?
Vague and ambiguous. Calls for speculation.
You wanted to call Io Tillett to prove, he wanted you to call Io Tillett to prove that you had left, in fact, feces in his bed.
Vague and ambiguous, argumentative. You keep asking the same thing over and over about feces, and it's been answered like 20 times now.
Are you going to answer my question?
Be sure you understand what the question is.
The question, you're asking me if the call to Io was intended to clarify or to talk about the dog shit and the dog feces in the bed.
Okay.
Right?
Did you
Just wait for the next question.
say in your declaration that as Johnny continued to rant in an aggressive and incoherent manner, he then demanded we call our friend Io Tillett Wright to prove his paranoid and irrational accusations about some delusional idea he was having?
Document speaks for itself.
Did you say that in your declaration?
It's in my declaration, yes.
Is it the truth?
Yes.
Okay. So you did call Io Tillett to discuss the claim that you had left feces in Johnny's bed, correct?
The way you just worded that is to insinuate that we were calling to prove that we had left.
Well, the declaration says that, which is why I said
No, it
that.
says about some delusional idea. It does not say.
Is it your testimony here today? Please let the record reflect that the witness is smiling. That
She's not. What are you
smiling.
talking
is
about?
it your testimony here today that when Johnny demanded you call Io Tillett Wright on the evening where you were sitting with him and May 21, 2016, that he was asking you to call Io Tillett for some other reason than to discuss the feces left in the bed?
Vague and unintelligible.
Do you understand?
At the time, Johnny was convinced that it was Io that had left human feces in the bed. And he was sure that Io was there at the house that morning because he thought she was there the day before at my birthday party, neither of which are true. He had a delusion that she was there, and she was never there. She was never there that morning. She was not there the night before my birthday party. So to clarify, we called her. She was in fact in New York.
About the feces?
Yes, so I thought...
I'll move on. Ms. Hurd, you said in your declaration that when you began having concerns for your safety, you said that he began to break things in the apartment.
Yes.
Is that true?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. You say in your declaration that after you demanded you called Io, he started to grab things and break things in the apartment. Is that true?
Which line?
Okay, we can go line by line if you like.
It's easier.
Did you call Io Tillett Wright at that time?
Yes, we called someone else first. We called Savannah first because he also thought she was there.
Did you speak to Savannah?
No.
Okay. Did you place the call to Io or did Johnny?
I can't remember.
Okay. And prior...
I'm sorry. I believe it was me placing the call. I believe it was me placing the call.
Okay. Prior to you placing that call to Io Tillett Wright, had Johnny broken anything in the living area where you were in Penthouse 3
Vegas time.
on May 21, 2016 to that moment?
Vague.
Can you answer the question?
Are you asking me if he broke anything on that date?
Where you were in that room?
At what point?
Any time since he arrived that night?
Vegas the time.
Up until? What? I'm sorry. Can you
Ms.
repeat the
Hurd,
question?
when you were calling I.O. Wright, do you claim that Johnny had broken a single thing in or around your apartment that you were aware of?
Before calling Io?
Correct.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Was there any wine spilled anywhere that you were aware of prior to calling I.O. Wright?
Not that I'm aware of.
Was there any
But he did walk in holding a Magnum bottle, and it was opened. So I don't know if something spilled.
Was there any broken glass of any kind prior to calling I.O. Wright?
Calls for speculation.
To your knowledge, that you saw?
I can't remember.
During the call with I.O. Wright, please tell us exactly what happened.
She picked up the phone, and I said, hey, babe, just for clarity, I'm here with Johnny. He's upset about some things. Can you just clarify and we can put some things to bed? She said, what? And I said, were you over here on the morning of my birthday? And she said, why are you asking me that? And of course I wasn't. I met you in Palm Springs, and I said, I'm here with Johnny, and he's upset about something, and I just want to put it to bed. And she said, no, I don't know if she got much more out because he started screaming, grabbed the phone out of my hand. She was on speakerphone, and he started yelling at her.
Were you holding the phone prior to the phone that you were speaking to I.O. Tillett on?
Yeah.
Okay. And you claim that he then grabbed the phone for you from you?
He grabbed the phone from me, and then before he went upstairs, presumably to pack a bag or get some of his things, as he indicated to me, he tossed it in my direction or something, on the table, on the couch. I can't remember which. Picked it up, and I said, oh my God, Io. I can't remember if the call disconnected and it was two separate calls or if it was one call, but I remember saying to Io, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did not call you to get screamed at, because she answered the phone, the poor thing, without any real expectation, just started being screamed at by Johnny in this way, and I didn't want to make it seem like I called her for a setup to just be yelled at, and he was saying, you dyke bitch, your 10-cent words and your fucking book deal and your fucking sell out my family, just the worst things that you can, expletives and very personal things to her situation. And he started to go upstairs, and I had the phone in my hand again, and I'm on speakerphone, and he makes it partway up the stairs, and she says, it does not sound safe. Get out before it gets worse this time. Get out of there. Get out. It's not safe. And all of my friends who are informed of our history are very, 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 very scared of me being alone in a room with him when there are things wrong, or when we're fighting, when we're working things out, and when he's using. So she was very clear and on speakerphone saying, get out of the house. It's not safe. It doesn't sound safe. Get out. And he heard it, and it was it was he turned around, bolted back down the stairs, grabbed the phone, and started screaming at her, even louder this time and even worse this time, and really lit into her. And I'm sitting on the couch. I haven't even gotten up off the couch. My legs were cross-legged. And he says, "You want her so much, you dyke bitch. You want to be her man now. You want to be a man to her now. You can fucking have her." And he winds up his hand. He winds his arm back and he throws the phone at me, and it hits me, bam, right in what felt like the eye, and it just felt like this pop, or what I thought was a pop, and it just felt. I put my head in my hands, and when I had my head covered, I didn't know what he was doing or where it was going, but I had my head down and I was saying, I think I was crying, and I said, "You've hit me." And I could hear him yelling and knocking things over, and I wanted him to know that that he had hurt me, because sometimes he wouldn't remember these incidences. And so I remember I said, "Johnny, it hit me in the eye, and I don't know if it felt like it just felt like my eye, or it could have been my eye, and I didn't know,
Okay, before we get to the injuries, let me just ask you about what you say happened with Miss Tillett Wright.
Sure.
Was she on the phone during all of this?
Yes, but at the time I wasn't sure, because the phone, after it impacted my face, fell on the ground.
Okay. Isn't it true that, Ms. Heard, you yelled to Tillett Wright to call 911?
I don't remember yelling that. I'm sure. I'm sure I yelled, "Help, help." I don't know. It was traumatic.
Isn't it the truth, Ms. Heard, that you swore in your declaration at line 11, page 3, that I then yelled out, quote, "Call 911," end quote?
Yeah, then I said that. This was taken immediately after, and it's been a while.
Okay, so you did yell for Tillett Wright to call 911,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but didn't you testify earlier that you had kept these abuse allegations secret?
Not from everybody.
Okay.
There was, like I said earlier to you, my select group was starting to become more and more informed of it as time went on. So at the very beginning, I would only tell my mom, somebody who understands this sort of situation.
So your mom, you told her that you've been physically abused by Johnny Depp?
Yeah, I would tell her from the almost at the very beginning. I confided in her. That's why I have pictures. Yeah.
Okay. So from the very beginning to this incident, May 21, you had confided in your mom?
Yeah, I think I probably hit the first few incidences, but very, very soon into it, I started to tell her.
Okay. And you confided in other people, including your friends, correct?
Therapists until it became problematic.
Okay. When you confided in your therapist, when did you confide in your therapist that you've been a victim of domestic violence?
I'm just going to object on grounds of the therapist privilege.
She's just told us what she told her therapist. Therefore, under the law, she's waived any claim as to privilege for me asking her about what she told her
Well,
therapist.
that may have been inadvertent. I'm asserting it right now. If I didn't catch it the first time, it was probably quick, and I apologize.
Ms. Heard, when did you have this conversation with your therapist about these events? We don't have to get into the specifics of what you told her or him. When did you have the conversation with your therapist last about these events?
Privileged, don't answer.
I'm asking you for the date or the month.
I don't mind if you ask on what day and month you had a therapist and spoke to a therapist, but when you add in these events, now you're getting into the privilege. So you just need to narrow it down a little bit.
When was the last time prior to May 21 you'd spoken to a therapist?
I don't remember exactly.
Did you have a regular therapist?
We had a couples counselor, or a couples counselor. And I saw someone for about a year by myself as an individual. and then we attempted to have a couples therapist prior to that, but it didn't stick. And then I saw someone on my own at the beginning of Johnny and I's relationship.
Okay. At the point that you were on the phone still with Io Tillett-Wright, was Raquel Pennington ever in Penthouse 5 with you while Io was still on the phone?
I cannot be certain when Io hung up the phone because I was not speaking to Io after the phone was taken from me.
You cannot be certain?
I cannot be certain.
Do you want to read back the answer because you were talking to your colleague
Do
and
you
she gave an
remember,
answer?
Ms. Hurd, whether Raquel Pennington was in the apartment with you in Penthouse 5 at any time while you were still on the phone with Io Tillett-Wright?
I was no longer on the phone with Io Tillett-Wright from the moment he revoked the phone from my hand and threw it at my face.
Okay. And from the moment you say in your testimony that Johnny went upstairs,
started to go upstairs,
and then came back downstairs, the next incident that happened was his physical incident that happened was his throwing a phone, you claim.
Yeah.
Okay. Where do you claim he was when he threw this phone?
By the stairs, by the bottom of the stairs.
And you were on the couch still?
Yes.
Okay. You were sitting on the couch?
I was sitting cross-legged on the couch.
And the distance between the bottom of the stairs and the couch is what?
Probably, if I had to measure it in steps, 5 paces from, if I am here, maybe it's easier to do it this way because that's how the room is laid out. I'd say it was from here to the corner of the wall over your right shoulder.
And when you say he threw the phone, was
Maybe
he facing you or facing away from you?
He was facing me.
And your testimony is today that he threw the phone at you, correct?
Asked and answered.
Yes?
Yeah.
Prior to his throwing the phone at you, was there any other incident of violence that occurred?
Objection, vague and ambiguous.
Had Johnny Depp touched you in any way prior to his throwing the phone?
Wait, vague is, you
on
mean
May
on that
21,
day? Okay.
2016. Was that the first?
He just grabbed the phone out of my hand for the first time, but
Okay.
it didn't hurt me.
Okay. And was there any other act of violence against you prior to when he went upstairs, came back downstairs, and threw the phone?
I don't know if you'd count screaming at me,
Okay.
but no.
Other than
physical.
Okay. Other than screaming, had he broken anything in the apartment yet on the floor?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Had he thrown any bottles prior to you're saying he threw this phone?
I'm not sure. I can't remember now. I'm not sure what he did prior to throwing the phone at me.
Okay. Was there any broken glass on the floor where you were prior to his throwing the phone at you?
Was there any broken glass on the floor around?
Anywhere on the floor of the room you both were in prior to when he threw the phone at you that you were aware of?
At this moment, I don't remember there being any.
Okay, okay. And after you say he threw the phone at you, what happened next?
All I remember is him screaming these expletives at my friend Io and telling her that she could have me now, and then he threw his arm back and he threw the phone, what appeared to be very as hard as he could at my face, put my head down, I said, you hit me. I was crying. I said, Johnny, you hit me, because then I start hearing things being smashed. And I said to him, honey, you hit me in the eye, my eye. And I start crying. And he approaches me, and I don't know if I, in here feeling him approach, anticipate to try to get up, or if I help him help me up, or if he just did it all by grabbing my hair. But for some reason, I had some aid in getting up off the couch by him grabbing my head, mostly on my right side, like the impact of which was significant in and of itself. He grabs my grabs my head, takes a fistful of my hair and says, I hit your eye, hon, let me see your eye. Let me see your eye. What if I pull your hair back? And he yanks my head back, and he's, I don't know, smacking my face or moving my face, and he's got me by the hair, and he's, it's hard to describe. It's like yanking me from side to side with my hair.
Are you standing up at this time?
Yeah.
Okay. And has he pulled out any hair from your head?
He's still holding on to my head.
Okay.
At this time, and he said, I don't know if he's trying to grab my face, or if he's hitting my face, or I don't know what's happening, but
Testing on her behalf.
Ms. Heard?
Yes.
yes.
Let the record reflect Mr. Harder's answering for Ms. Heard, yes.
I answered as
And Ms.
well.
Heard has responded, yes. We'll take a break and go off record at this time.
This marks the end of media number 3 in the video deposition of Amber Depp. The time is approximately 5:17 p.m. and we're going off the record.
Hi.
Bro.
Oh God.
Fuck.
Oh God.
Oh, shit.
I was like just
I had to tune out. I just had to tune out.
just
For
yeah,
sure.
just turtleneck cringing into my Ninja Turtle shirt. Just oh God.
Fuck.
God bless. Anyway,
Yeah.
so that was that incident. You could see her looking down at notes, like at her previous declaration, being like, "What did I say? What did I say happened next? What did I say happened next?"
Yeah.
I did. She's like, "Oh crap! That's right. He has to get the phone." So she's like, he came back and got it again, and it just really lit into her this time. Just yeah, I mean, like really bad. Oh my God! Just I want to know what everyone's favorite part of that was, because that was, you know, what I like is that, you know, Johnny says he just kind of lobbed the phone. He said that he's like, you know, you can have her. He does. I mean, it's like, you know, fine. I'm done. I'm out. And he lobs the phone, and it like he basically, this is what he even texts her mom. He texts Amber's mom, you know, when Amber's mom was like, "Can we adopt you after this?"
Oh, I know.
Remember that?
Yes.
But Amber told her mom constantly that she was getting beat, but she wasn't buying it. That's in a video as well. Go check it out on my channel, where the parents absolutely did not believe and understood that their daughter was the violent one, the unstable one.
Oh my God.
And even said, like, "Don't tell her we're talking to you. She'll get mad at us." She told her dad to F off, all kinds of stuff.
All kinds.
I love that Amber acknowledges that the phone is right next to her on the couch, because she goes, and, you know, so, and Io's on the phone, and she like gestures right next to her, as if like that's where it landed when Johnny lobbed it onto the couch. And then she goes, or wherever it landed,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just wherever it went. Like, I mean, it could have been anywhere. It could have ricocheted after he revoked it from my hand.
Right. Revoked. Oh my God.
It could have ricocheted like 20 feet across the room. Oh man, I love the one where it says measurements aren't your strong suit.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I love popping some of these up when I scroll across them. Let's see what the supers have to say real quick. Deborah, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for tuning in. Bobby
you.
Cat, thank you for that one, Bobby Cat. That's a big one. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support the channel gets. Larissa Truth Seeker, super sticker. Thank you so much for that. Gina, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you all for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Before everyone heads out, I know that's the end of this round. If you got to head out, we do appreciate you chiming in. I'm going to go through some stuff. We're going to discuss some stuff, maybe some of our favorite parts from this little episode. Thank you, Rita, for the super sticker. Ed, heyo, io, he's got to go.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a tune to sing that to. I am. You're musically inclined, correct? Yeah. No, your family, your family is. Super Andy Star, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Super Andy, not just regular Andy, Super Andy. Share day. How would you say that, Jax? Sure. Your videos are so meticulous and well compiled. Absolutely love your work. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Cheryl Drake, I applaud your bravery for sharing the truth. You both expect nothing. It's because of this. Others find bravery and strength to hang in there. Your humor makes this craziness an easier pill to swallow. Thank you so much. We do expect nothing. We stuck with this for a lot of just like personal reasons and saw it through and everything else. So all this is just to have everyone just join along is great. And if I don't laugh, I'll cry sometimes.
Yes.
So absolutely. Ghost again. Thank you for answering my previous question. If she does try to mess with you guys, I got your back. Thank you, Ghost.
Appreciate it. Well, as a good friend of ours says, Amber does not want to litigate the facts.
No. Yeah, exactly. She does not want to litigate the facts. Absolutely
not be a wise threat, sure, but that would not be a wise maneuver.
Yeah. You don't want to argue the facts in this case because you can't. Katie, thank you so much, Katie. Despite what Amber says, are Depp's lawyers aware of what the truth is at this point? They know more than what she thinks they know. They are aware that she was an aggressor. We haven't got to it yet, but they at least have the door kicking audio on here where she says, I meant to punch you and all that stuff. And which was played in the Virginia trial where she smiled in this deposition and on the stand in Virginia and got called out for it. LA, thank you so much. I watch for your commentary. The more you talk, the more I can enjoy it. It is unbearable to watch this straight through. Agreed.
Yes,
please keep it coming. They can let us enjoy it now and they can skip it later. Agreed. If you want to skip ahead, skip ahead. If you got to bounce, you got to bounce. If you want to come back, come back. It's always going to be here.
No worries.
But if you want to watch it live and feel like you're in on the conversation, that's what I do this for, is to let everyone feel a part of the conversation and to engage with the audience who have supported me for this long. And Jax as well, I think, shares that sentiment.
Absolutely.
Kelly, thank you again. Thank you again, Kelly, for the super sticker. Miss Micmac, Patty Weck, give a dog a love. Hi, Brian and Jax. So happy to finally catch a live show. So happy you finally can catch one.
Yes.
Thank you so much for opening my eyes to the truth of Johnny's innocence. Your amazing work continues with this current series. Keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I can't thank you enough. This is kind of a stray from what the channel was, but I will be getting back to that. But this is just kind of covering, like I said, the meat and potatoes of testimony from 6 years ago, almost to the day. Indy H 818. Thank you for all you've done to research and explain this to everyone. It's very much appreciated. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. It's been quite the task. Bobby Cat, again, Brian, Jax. What do you make of the information that came out that all the freeloaders all are worth over $1 million each? I didn't think any of them even worked. Is it possible for you to look into this? I, for one, want to know. I saw a little bit of this roaming around on Twitter.
Yeah, I need more information.
I do need more information. I think each one, they're all listed at like 1.5 mil.
Yeah, I need more than like a wiki.
Yeah, I need more than a wiki thing because obviously Josh is a chef and Raquel is yoga and beads and all that. Jax, I'll let you take this one.
John O'Rourke, what's up, dude? It's so funny how perfectly Blair pronounces feces. Also, Blair's fighting for JD, especially hard during this sit-down time. Jax is the coolest. Hey, appreciate you.
Hey,
We secretly enjoy Brian too. I mean,
Hey.
I guess he's all right.
yeah.
Their team is unstoppable together. Thanks, guys. Thank you, sir. Always good to see you. Appreciate it.
Always good to see you, John. Thank you so much for continuing to support the channel and for secretly thinking I'm all right. And how were we? Ooh, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much for that, Anne. M4A now. I'd like to submit that for as a person that claims to be well read, her vocabulary and word choices are terrible. This Depo, the trial, 6th grade level. Agreed.
Yeah, she does that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Always tries to roll through the thesaurus in her head. Amanda, thank you so much. I'm so happy to finally catch this live. Again, thanks for all the first timers. We really appreciate it. And the returnees and everything else. Just wanted to thank you for all you do. Thank you, Brian and Jax. You guys are awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much, Amanda.
Appreciate it. I see some people asking, that's the end of the tape for today.
That's the end of the tape. If you got to go, you got to go. That's the end of the tape for today. It's a short one because the one before this was like an hour and 15. So that's the end of this volume. And I like when one of my favorite parts, just real quick, because she was so traumatized. She goes, it was traumatic. And she just goes, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
It was traumatic. It's traumatic. You know, whatever. It was trauma. Whatever. Roberta, thank you so much. Thank you both. Instant Karma. Love this. Thank you, Brian and Jax.
You are welcome.
Yeah, we love bringing it to you, but boy, it's hard to get through
I'm ready
sometimes.
for this part to be over.
Amber Lindsay, welcome back, Amber. I hate showing up late. Glad to be here with y'all though. Thank y'all again for all of your hard work. Oh my gosh, Amber's word salads and lies drive me insane. Ditto, Amber.
Ditto. It's such a like an assault to your psyche.
The whole time it's just just the eyes are just rolling up to here. And then with the fake emotion and the tears, and she's like, he grabbed my head and he was like, he was smacking my face or moving my face. Like, was he moving your face or was he smacking it? How do you not know? I don't know. Boo, get off the stage. Right. I love the one that said, cut, let's run that back. Let's try again.
Reset.
And scene.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta scroll up and get some of these. But if I'd say we're gonna cut off the super chat soon, but I'm gonna get to some of these as I scroll through them. Jax, if you see anything you want to talk about while I click some of these and get through and try to get caught up here.
Nah, we're good.
They
can go back to the beginning if they got in late.
Allie, the aggressor POV again with the hair. Yeah. She's always like, she's taking the form. She's taking the position of the aggressor, and demonstrating it very well. Becca,
what's up?
What's up, Becca? Sup, Home Slices? Miss you guys.
Slice.
Made it on while y'all are live. Nice to see you, Becca. Awesome. Good to see you. There's a few more. Here we go. Squigs. Thanks for that's awesome. Squigs. So I like that name. That's such a cute. That would make a cute little pet name. Yeah. Thanks from Australia. My wife and I love you. We love you too. Thank you so much.
Y'all too.
So glad everyone from way across the way could join us.
Yeah,
Kit Kat K. Love you guys for this. Thank you, Kit Kat. Haven't had a Kit Kat in a while. I like one. Jill Downey. Welcome back, Jill. Always good to see you. I'm late. I'll have to rewatch later. Thank you, Jill. No worries. You can always go back and rewatch. Happy to have you. Love you, never change. Hey, right back at you. Your comment. Yeah, that's a nice. That's the name, but I like it. Dave, thank you for the super sticker. Katrina, thank you for the super sticker. Lindsay Height, how was she able to text Rocky while JD had her by the she texted previously while
Rocky
JD
was
had her
hiding in the damn
by the hair while stating she didn't know where the phone went. She said she had texted Rocky previously at 8:06. She does send a text to Raquel. Now she lies. She lies so easily. It's just so readily available to her to do that. She will look you dead in the eye and say, I text Rocky and said, it's amping up again. He's getting crazy. I need you to come over. Notice everyone knew Johnny was showing up, but she also says no one wanted to leave her alone with Johnny, but no one
There's
was
no
on,
evidence
no
of
one
this
was on
text
the alert.
message either.
There's no evidence. The only text she sent was, "Can you come over?" And Rocky sends back, "Now."
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't say it's amping up, that he's
No.
doing anything. She doesn't say any of that, but it sounds traumatic. It sounds like just this harrowing incident that she had to live through. So she's gonna be like, "That sounds amazing."
Bro, TJ's comments just absolutely send me.
What I want to say it.
Rocky's in the feckin' cupboard.
Yep. Yep. Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
That is awesome. Light giver, welcome back, Light giver.
It's the FECK.
It's the fucking
takes me out in the cupboard.
In the fucking
hysterical, bro.
Brian, Wiki is the only one reporting their worth, and how would they know exactly? Josh stated that Rocky was stealing from Amber Heard and using a charge card. Doubt they received any money from Amber Heard. Yeah, I mean,
that's what Amber told Josh. So I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's what Amber told Josh, is that's what broke up the relationship, and it could be a number of things. I think it's not unknown that Raquel's new husband does not care much for Amber. That's not a secret. I'm a survivor.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yeah. Hell yeah. $10. Thank you very much for that. Scroll through, find some.
Fucking right.
Thank you both. Thank you, Ironbark. Thank you for that. Thank you. We really appreciate everyone tuning in. Still got quite a few people in here, so I think people are just catching up, or they just like to hear us ramble. Thank you so much for all you done.
Yeah.
Big fan from UK. How late is it over there? How late is it over? It's got to be like what, 12, 1 o'clock? Past that? Is it 1 a.m.?
I think it's a little after midnight.
Okay. Let's see this one. Detoucher. Love all your hard work and so happy for JD. Me too.
Yes, same.
Man, long road. The truth will always win. It will. When you hold on to it, the truth will always win. Notice he had it with him the entire time, and he just kept repeating it while hers kept changing. When you have the truth, it's easy to recite the truth. Of
course.
Enjoy every live from Switzerland. Oh, nice. Should always be sleeping, but it's worth it. You know what? This is worth staying up, and we appreciate you staying up all the way over from Switzerland. Thank you so much. But I agree with that sentiment.
It's the weekend.
The truth, yeah. Have a drink. Stay up. In God's hands. Thank you so much. Sussy Baker says, Oliver, my adopted 8-year-old son. Is it Sussy Baker? Sussy Baker. I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh man. YouTube Hollywood. What's this? YouTube Hollywood fixed channel Amber Heard 2016 Depo. This is the only place I've seen it.
Yeah.
Bobby Cat, thank you. Help sort Brian and Jax. Please hit the like. Yeah, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe. It's free. Share the channel. Share the videos. We really do appreciate it.
They're calling us boomers now because we don't get the Sussy Baka thing.
What is Sussy Baka?
Watch out.
What is it? I don't want to date myself, but like I'm not up with the trends. I open Twitter very seldom.
Oh God, I've been nowadays. Today I've been on it more than I have in the last 2 weeks, and I regret it.
Let's see. I want to pull this one up. What about when Starling security guard mentions that he didn't look for Amber's phone because she had her phone? Yeah. This was after she said the phones were thrown. Starling says at the trial.
Now you're incredibly boomer.
Incredibly boomer. I am technically on the cusp of millennial. Like I'm like Gen X millennial, somewhere in that mix. I can't remember where I fall.
I think I am elder millennial. Well, I'm slightly younger than you.
I think I'm like the oldest millennial that can be.
Yeah. You got 4 years on me.
I got my life together, sort of.
Yeah.
Your initial videos breaking down. Thank you, Dale. Your initial videos breaking down and annotating the recordings were intrinsic to the case. Boy, this
yes, indeed.
Thank you for your time and work. Thank you. That was a lot of hard work, wasn't it, Jax?
I concur that they were intrinsic to the case. Fuck yeah, it was hard.
John again, dudes, does Blair ever lose her cool at all? I'd like to see it.
No.
Not so far, because she is 100% in control of this, and she knows it. K Bragg, thank you so much, K Bragg. I speculate that tomatoes were thrown during the Aquaman 2 screening when she started acting, thus the delayed release. Yes, for those who don't know, yes, Aquaman has been delayed again from spring of 2023 to December of 2023. So more than a year away, which is time enough to shoot a whole new movie if you wanted, if you were so inclined. Robbie, thank you for your hard work and getting the truth out there. Thank you, Robbie. I'm a survivor again. Thank you so much. For someone that went through DV, she reminds me of my ex. She looks at them like, how dare you challenge me and what I'm saying? Exactly. Correct. So I think that has been a lot of people that they see and they recognize, unfortunately, someone from their life, from their past, from whatever their current state may be, unfortunately, and they recognize that in her.
Yes.
And it's a really hard thing to hide, and I don't think she's very good at hiding it.
No, she's not.
No, here's the boomer. I'm a boomer. Watch it.
I love it.
Light giver, one of our favorites. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh man.
All right, guys and gals, we appreciate everyone joining. I'm clicking one more. Everyone, stop sending stuff. Stop. Don't. We appreciate all the support. Stop supporting.
Yeah. Save it for next time.
Raven, Amber. Yeah, save it for next time. We'll have another one of these soon. Amber, Down and Out in Beverly Hills remake. Ain't that the truth? I don't think she's marketable at all.
No.
Someone's using whippersnappers. All right, guys and gals, we really do appreciate you. Thank you very, very much for everything. Thank you for tuning in. Go check out Jax over at Movie Missing Monsters. Like, subscribe, all that stuff.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and until next time, if there is a next time, take care, and we'll see you later. Jax?
Bye.
Bye.